Hi class, I just really quickly wanted to show you how to complete the plot diagram for the personal narrative project. So this plot diagram is due on Thursday evening along with the first draft of your personal narrative project. So for this assignment, all you have to do is use the text boxes to fill out the chart with your ideas for your narrative. So anything that you put here, again, this is the first thing that you do before you start your draft. Anything you do here, you can change later on. Don't worry too much about going back and fixing anything that you ended up changing while you were writing your first draft. But this is going to help you get some ideas started. So the first thing is that this should have made a copy for you when you clicked on it. So it should say copy of here. Go ahead and rename it by just putting your name. So I would put Sarah's personal narrative plot diagram. So just rename it with your name. And then you would start, of course, at exposition. It says at the beginning of the story, I will introduce thee. So you're going to start with characters. So highlight, type here, and delete it. So you're going to delete anything that says type here. And then you're going to put your characters. So it's going to be about me, my sister, and my friend, or whoever the characters are. Then for setting, you're going to again delete type here and put the setting. So my story happened at my house. And then conflict, you're going to delete type here and put your conflict. So maybe my conflict is um, we're stuck at the house, nothing to do. So you always have to have conflict. Remember, the conflict is introduced right here. It's the first thing that happens that starts the story. If you don't have any conflict, it is not an interesting story. So make sure that you think of what the conflict is. The conflict is whatever problem is happening that makes the story interesting. Then you're going to move into rising action. 3 is the maximum events that I would like you to put here for the rising action. So it says, then these events will happen. So maybe my sister says we should play a game. Then we start playing the game, whatever the game is that we're playing. I'm just making this up on the spot. And then I lose the game. Then the climax, the turning point of the story is when. So delete the ellipses. The ellipses is the 3 dots. Delete that. Put your space after the word when, and then finish the sentence. So the climax or turning point in my story is when my sister says I cheated. Oh, that would mean that I won. I'm going to change it to I won the game. Again, your story will be based off your real life. So this will be really easy for you if you know what story you're telling. I'm just coming up with one on the spot. So the climax in my story is when my sister says I cheated. That is an example of a climax because it is the turning point. So let's put, and this start the fight. And the following action, one of it that happens after the climax is I'm going to delete the ellipses and I'm going to put whatever the following action is. So maybe is that we apologize. And then the resolution, the story, my bad. And then the resolution is going to be, the story ends with the family coming together to watch a movie. Okay, so hopefully your story is a little bit more interesting than mine, but again, I just did this in a minute or two, so yours should not take very long if you know the story you're telling. Your story is a true story, so you should know what happens. Don't mess with these boxes too much. I try to make them as easy as possible so you can see the words of the plot diagram, and you can also type your own. So try to keep things like they are. Then once you finish this plot diagram, you are going to work on your draft. So Tuesday, you should finish your plot diagram and start working on your draft. On Wednesday, we have class, so you need to bring whatever you have so far done to class on Wednesday. So you should have your draft started by Wednesday. Then Wednesday night and pretty much all day Thursday, you'll be able to work on your draft. Please refer to the personal narrative assignment sheet, which I'll go ahead and put this back on the weekly work plan, but just in case I forget or something, remember it's on the weekly work plan, it's in Google Classroom. So make sure you go to the narrative assignment sheet to give yourself a little refresher. If you are confused about what the expectations are, you know exactly how you will be graded because the rubric is here. So option 1 should be 2 pages, and that should be in a Google Doc. And option 2 is just 1 page in a Google Doc for your explanation, and then you should have whatever your art piece is. So if you need any help, please take advantage of my office hours this week or send me an email. And I will talk to you guys in class. Thank you for watching this video if you made it this far. I appreciate you. Bye.